Well, can you hear them cutting the lawn? I'm by the Vietnam Memorial. It's a big stone wall that is grass high, so it's dug into the ground. And that's sort of neat to see, and that's where 60 names are, the people who died there. Made me think of the, 180,000 now from COVID, and also like 300,000 every year from accidents in hospitals. I put that data out a little bit earlier, but there's no relief in sight, it seems. We're going to be living like this for a while, unless I break my glasses. All right. So I assume you can hear me. I think we got anybody, or am I being heard? Am I being seen? Anybody there? Well, let me know when somebody's there. It's a nice day. Oh, it's so nice out. It's sort of a little breezy, not sleazy. What? Nobody? Oh, can you hear me? Somebody, I think, hear me? Look, I got a matching band, little hearts on it. Looks like it'll be a slow day here. Anybody around? Can you hear me? I see somebody. Yeah, that's a thumbs up. That means you hear me. Before I start this, I want to make sure the folks hear me somehow, some way. You hear me now? You hear me? Yeah, it's not doing well. I may have to stop and start again. Got a lot of bars. A lot of bars are closed too. And nobody around. Now we got some movement. Okay, hello my friends. So I guess you hear me. Good. What I want to talk about is you can't wait. I mean, there's a lot of COVID money, a lot of COVID grants for personal, for business and everything, but it goes fast. Now, I just did a video that you'll see later on 735 grants just for business and professional stuff. They're all small business or entrepreneurs or artists and stuff like that. And a lot of those are over already. You know, they go through the money and they'll try to get more money and things like that, but it goes quickly. I mean, it's just anything you see for a grant for business or a grant for rent or your mortgage and things like that, things that really happen, that will go in a week or 2, 3 weeks and nowhere near. So that's why you have to really be there first. Get there on day one. And I think the best way to do that is start using Google Alerts. I teach you how to do that. I got other videos, that show you how. It's very easy. You just go google.com alerts, I think, and you put in what you need. And what I would do is do a dozen of these Google Alerts so that what Google Alerts does is send you every day all the new websites that were put up on what you're searching for. Now, the problem with the Google Alerts is that you have to know the keywords they're using, and you don't. You're guessing. And before this COVID thing started, I would have suggested not to use the word grants, because most of the free money is not even called grants. But in the COVID stuff, it is called grants a lot. So that's a safe word to use. You just put grants. If you have a rent problem, put grants rent. Do another alert that says just grants, and just spend a half-hour a day going through that list. You're going to get a list every day. Then put another alert that says grants for your state. So you see state. Put another one that says COVID grants and national. See if there's any national. And the one that says COVID grants, you'll get you probably get a lot of stuff you don't need, but that's it. You only need one. It's sort of like getting a date. You may have to ask 100 people to go out, but you only need one date, and it may take you that to find one. So it's the same for your business or for your anything you want, but do many of them. Go through that list, and then something's good, because that way you will know even before, because a lot of these government agencies that, what they do is they get money from the federal government. Like, they're still spending the CARES Act money. So the local government still has the CARES Act that they haven't finished spending, and they're going it and putting it to rent or business or things that people really need. I mean, what are we going to do about daycare? Wow, all the kids are going back to school. And they say there's like tens of millions of people will not know what to do with their kids, or they can't go to work. That's going to be a crushing problem. That's right. People want to try to get these schools open, because what are people going to do? It's crazy. We had a daycare problem in this country before this, and now with this, there's no way. So you got to scrape, just keep, trying to have a light heart doing this, because there's no easy way. Everybody's suffering. Some certainly are suffering more than others. It's not the end of the world. If you're healthy, you're lucky. And to figure out, look at it as a puzzle. That's what I do. All the bad shit in his life, it hurts. I hate it and everything. But it is really a time for you to see how good you really are at solving problems. And that's why it's sometimes, if you react too emotionally, you can't see the forest through the trees. So, okay, this didn't work, that didn't work. And what you have to do, the people you're asking and they say no, I think one of the best things is to ask them. When somebody says no, you say, okay, well then who do you suggest? And that's, get ideas from other people, because we don't know. I played around with my current business for probably 10 years trying to figure out how to make it work. Finally did, but it took many years. And the first one, I used to think it'd take 3 years to be at least comfortable in it. Now, boy, who knows how long. But that's what life is. That's what we're living. The problem is we see the media, and everybody that shows us on the media, just pushes a button and they're millionaires, and that's just bullshit. You can't. Maybe it happened. Who the hell knows? We don't really know. Good for them. But to most of us, it ain't going to be that way. There's nothing but blood, sweat, and tears. And your creativity. And the thing is, I think, limits us so much is our own mind. We only think there's only 2 things to do, 3 things to do. That's nonsense. There's 1,000 things to do. Or 1,000 different ways to get to the same place. And that's what you have to do, is try to be creative as you possibly can, and get other ideas as you possibly can. Go to meetups, go to nonprofit. Just be careful, don't spend money on it. Because people spending money on stuff, you think that that's an answer. And sure, it may happen once in a while, but it's not. Why take the chance? You don't have money and you're going to spend money. No, you have to be creative in how to do it. Whether you want to start a business, then just go ask somebody to do something for them. That's what a business is. A business is doing something for somebody else and they pay you, right? It's not writing a business plan. It's not getting a grant. It's not getting all this, having an accountant and all that shit. No. If you don't find somebody to give you something to do and pay for it, you're not in business. You're just playing business. Like a kid with a fake stove, not really cooking anything. So forget everything else about starting a business. Just go and try to find a customer. What do people need? That you could do for them. That's it. And that's what people spend money on. And there's just so many new ways to do that. And that's why just look for ideas and try it. See, the thing I think what's important about trying things is that probably is not going to work. But if that's the best thing you have, you just pick the best thing you have, even though it's not perfect, and just try it for a while, see what happens. Because that will lead to other things you never even thought about. And that's where the real opportunity, every business I started, like this, what I'm doing now, this past year or two that's been very good, is I tried a dozen things. Every one I swear was going to make me a gazillion. I'm wrong. I mean, I know that I wrote 100 books and only 10 made money. So I got data that shows you I'm wrong 90% of the time. Well, that's what we have to do, particularly even now. Nobody knows what the hell is working. Yeah. And so go out and do something for somebody. Go and you're a member of Let's Go Help. Let me show you the gig economy. Just start creating income anywhere, even if it's gig. I got I think about 200 sources of income at home when new gig book out. And you could get legal help if you worry about all that stuff for free or anything you worry about. See, to me, what's neat about the gig economy is that it's a way to be in business and eliminate any of the bullshit and worry. You may not be a millionaire, but you support yourself, which is important. And you do it faster than starting a business trying to get money. And you don't have to worry about getting paid like you do in starting your own business. Because all this is prepaid money that you will get. You only get the person, the platforms you use in the gig economy, they only get paid if you get paid. So, and it costs you nothing to start. But I think that's a good way to start. Just start playing around with that gig economy to see what people are buying, how they buy it, and then how you could, springboard your own little venture from something that you figured out by using these platforms in the gig economy. And like I say, Let's Go Help, just let me know. I'll send you that report for free. It's not, I don't have it set up for the public yet. But there's enough that people talk about the gig economy. Just start playing around and trying things. Just sign up and try. Don't worry about somebody's going to come and steal your family or something like that. There's always a million reasons not to do something. Like, a truck's going to kill me before anything else. And just try. Because without trying it, man, you're nothing. You're going around in circles and you get down in depression. I mean, now I think that's the biggest problem we have this COVID is mental health in people. Well, this is pretty loud here. So, okay, guys, I just want to make sure that you set up the Google alerts so you learn ahead of time when these new programs are coming up. So if you don't have to Google, you don't use Google, use Google alerts. Using Google is just going to get you a whole bunch of people wanting your money. And it's all old stuff that's gone by now. So you have to use Google alerts so you're ahead of the game and applying to things before they're even announced. That's the way to get in the front of the line. Talk to you soon. Thank you.